Hello guys, my name is Fidelis Anene. I am the owner of School of Success Online.com. I want to share something very wonderful with you today. Today I am about to share to you a topic that is going to transform your life for good. And I want you to pay very close attention to this topic that I'm going to share today. There are two things I'm about to share with you, two wonderful things that is going to transform your life. The first is about your thoughts. I want to share with you what your thoughts can do for you. Your thought can actually transform your life. Your thought has great energy you can ever imagine. Your thought is so real. It's the tiniest matter, but it's very powerful. It has dynamic energy. All the great achievements you see in the world today began actually as a thought in the minds of people. Great minds conceive great thoughts. Negative minds, they conceive negative thoughts. Somebody like Hitler, they conceived an idea to wipe out the Jews all over the world. Look at how that kind of negative thought impacted the world. And most people that conceive such negative thoughts actually end up being destroyed by such thoughts. So think about what you are thinking about. Somebody like Joyce Meyer, she wrote a book and she said, think about what you are thinking about. Your thoughts is very powerful. You might think that your thoughts are insignificant. They are not. They are actually powerful. They have energy. They transmit a lot of energy. I want you to listen very well. You are going to gain something that is going to change your life for good. If you pay attention to this, you are going to see changes in your life that you can never imagine. So I want you to relax and listen and digest this message. Somebody like Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie became the wealthiest man in the world despite coming from a very poor background. Andrew Carnegie conceived an idea that he was going to be a successful man. Throughout the rest of his life, he had his down times. When he became very successful, he discovered the secret of success. He passed on this secret to Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill practiced this secret, it worked for him. Napoleon Hill dedicated his life, the rest of his life, to sharing this secret throughout the world. Napoleon Hill created so many millionaires. The power of thoughts. Thought is dynamic. It's very powerful. All the wonderful things you see that are happening in the world today was conceived some time ago. Something like Facebook was conceived as a thought, an idea. Today, everywhere, you see it impacting life all over the world. Bill Gates conceived his own thoughts, gave it dynamic energy, began to work. No matter what you are thinking today, if you can nurse it, it's going to manifest into something great. I'm here to tell you today how powerful your thoughts are. Think of an iroko tree. An iroko tree is very mighty tree, but if you see the seed of an iroko tree, you will marvel. The seed of an iroko tree is very tiny. When planted, it germinates over time into a mighty tree. Friends, don't joke with your thoughts. Your thoughts is very powerful. It's very dynamic. There was a time in my life I was thinking of renting a flat. I was thinking of renting a very good flat for myself. Because I was not really doing a very big job, my sister said to me, why don't you rent a one-room apartment? That is your level. I said, no, I want to rent a flat. She said I should rent a one-bedroom. I said, no. I rented a flat. My thoughts were different from her. I want to tell you, no matter what other people are thinking about you, what you're thinking is what is important. It doesn't matter what other people are thinking about you. The important thing is what you are thinking. what people think about you is insignificant compared with what you are thinking. Many years ago, when I wanted to enter into the university, I had several challenges. Actually, that was the year that my father was to relocate to the village. You can imagine how difficult it was. Everybody concluded that there is no way I can continue with the university, that it's not possible. But down inside me, I knew that somehow, some way, I will go to the university. While people were busy thinking of the difficulty in going to the university, I was busy thinking of a way out. I was busy thinking that somehow, some way, this thing must happen. They were telling me, what are you going to do? Fidelis, what are you going to eat in the school when you go to the university? Are you going to go hungry? Just go and learn a trade. I said, no. I want to go to school, even if it means pushing wheelbarrow in the school. My father told me and he promised me that he's going to train me. With that thing planted in my mind, with that thought my father planted in my mind, that I will go to school no matter what, irrespective of anything. Despite all the talks, side talks and everything, I want to tell you that I eventually entered into the university. I remember when I won scholarship, I won Shea University scholarship. I was talking about it in the church. There was a lady that actually told me that it was impossible for me to go to school because my dad was in the village. She was there seated in the church hearing my testimony that I just won Shea University scholarship. It was in my second year. I struggled all through my first year in the university, but my second year I got a scholarship. And I had more money that I can spend. I even was able to train my younger ones out of the scholarship. What if I had heeded to the thoughts of others who said that I cannot go to the university because my father was in the village? You see, your thoughts is very important. It does not matter what others are thinking. What matters is, what are you thinking? Are you thinking that you can make it? Are you thinking that you can go over? Or are you believing that things are difficult, that there's nothing you can do again? Your thoughts has the tendency of manifesting. You are actually attracted to what you think about. You are attracted to what you think about. If you are thinking abundance, you will attract abundance. If you are thinking sickness and disease, you tend to attract it. You think success, you attract success. If you want to be successful, friends, you want to be successful, attract it by thinking of success. Think in terms of success, not in terms of failure. Think in terms of your abilities, not in terms of your inabilities, because your thoughts carry a lot of energy. I worked in a construction company. They were owing arrears of salaries. For some time, the work became very difficult. They were owing a lot of salaries, and you know what, this kind of work, it was a construction company actually. They slash salaries, owe salaries, even months. I got dissatisfied one day and I wrote a letter to them. I said, I need my arrears of salaries because I don't like the way you people are treating us. They got annoyed and they got me fired, and I got fired up. When I was fired, I got fired up. Instead of being discouraged about it, I launched into business. It was a struggle actually for a year. It was a struggle to be in business. All hell broke loose as soon as I launched into business. As I was struggling, all hell broke loose. My father, relations, everywhere, friends, they were pouring blames on me. I said, why did you leave that job? You know how difficult it is in Nigeria, it's difficult to get a job. You would have just managed that job. While they were busy thinking about the job I left, I was busy thinking about a way out. I was busy trying to build my business. My thoughts eventually prevailed. It so happened that after a year of struggle, the next year, fortune smiled on me and my business picked up. I started doing well. I bought properties that I didn't own before. I even started coaching people about what I did in business to become successful. it was my thoughts that mattered, not the thoughts of negative people around me, not the thought of relations, not the thought of friends. Your thoughts can make you or mar you. Edward Burke came to America from Holland. It was from Holland. He came to America with a dream. He came to America with a thought. The thought was to be an editor of a magazine. He didn't know how he was going to realize this dream. He didn't even have the money. He didn't even have the connection. But he knew that somehow, some way, he was going to run a magazine. One day, while Edward Burke was passing through somewhere, he saw an advertisement from a company. That advertisement was showcasing important people like models, inventors, but they didn't write anything. They were just showcasing their pictures. He looked at it and he said that to himself that this thing, value can be added to it. Listen to this story. If you listen to this story, you might even get a business idea out of this story. He knew somehow that value can be added to these pictures if you can write the biographies and stories of those people. He went to the lithograph press. He looked and saw the address of the people that printed that advertisement. He went and suggested to them his idea about having a magazine that will translate the biographies of these people, and so many people will read and enjoy. They said, how do we go about it? We are interested. Edward Burke got his first literary assignment. He hired so many people, including relations, to work for him. He became the editor of the Ladies' Home Journal. He became a success out of a single idea, out of a thought. He just came to America with a thought, not with dollars, not with money. He became successful. You think about what your thoughts can do for you. Coca-Cola is a great product today. See everywhere. Do you know that the person that got the original formula of Coca-Cola, out of ignorance or carelessness, he discarded it. He went and sold it to somebody who placed a value on it, used his life savings to invest on that material. He added ideas, generated energy, and produced Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola became one of the most all over the world. Everywhere Coca-Cola, everywhere Coca-Cola. There was a time that Coca-Cola was the richest company in the world. Even today, they are very rich. It has built wealth. It has employed thousands, millions of people all over the world. It has created businesses for so many people. Out of a single idea came this wealth you call Coca-Cola. No matter how tiny idea you have, that idea you conceive, it might outdo what Coca-Cola did. It might duplicate that success too. Don't discard that idea. Give it a thought. Nurse it. No, thoughts, they are like babies. When they come to you, if you handle them very well, bam, they're gonna grow, they're gonna manifest. That is how it is about thoughts. It carries dynamic energy. There's this ancient story that I love so much. It's about a man called Jacob. Jacob was living from hand to mouth, working for his uncle for years, almost 20 years of struggle. 20 years of struggle. He had families, but he was living like a slave, living like a nobody. While he was thinking of a way out, God now gave him an idea. A thought entered into Jacob. While he was asleep, he saw that this is what he can do to transform his fortune. He could have discarded that dream. He could have discarded that idea. It was a thought that was dropped into his subconscious while he was asleep. He woke up and gave it a trial. He did it. When I read that story initially, I was like, this is a superstition in the Bible. But now I realize, when I see what thoughts has done all over the world, I now realize how dynamic, how powerful a thought can be. A single thought. Jacob practiced that. He put it into practice. Do you know that Jacob became the wealthiest man in the Orient? Jacob even became richer than the uncle, to the envy of the uncle and his children. It was a wonderful story. There's this story that was told by Norman Vincent Peale in the book Power of Positive Thinking. It was a very interesting story. This story has changed so many lives, and I know you will also get something from this story. The story of, they call it mustard seed remembrancer. Mr. and Mrs. Murray, Alice Flint, they were partners. They were husband and wife couples that were living in Michigan, United States of America. Things were so difficult for them. They were going through their downtimes. You know, things happened so fast that they became very negative, because they were living in shabby apartments, no one to help them, so they started talking negative about people who couldn't help them. In the midst of all this, Mr. Morris, Alice Flint, he went to church, had a sermon about faith, mustard seed faith. He first read a book about it. He went to church, had the sermon again, that if somebody has faith as a grain of a mustard seed, that nothing will be impossible. He didn't even know the size of a mustard seed. He was like, what's a mustard seed like? So when they came home, he tried to practice faith, tried to come out of their recession, it wasn't working. So one day, while his wife was cooking in the kitchen, he just walked up to her and said, are there real mustard seeds? This mustard seed, do they really exist? Because this faith of 13, it looks like when we are in church, it's working. But when we come out, we try to practice it, it's not working. Maybe if I can just get that my mustard seed, put it in my pocket, anywhere I'm going, I'll just go with it. I will understand how to practice that faith. The wife said, no, it's not about that mustard seed, it's about you practicing the faith. He said, no, I don't know about this thing. You say, I just want that mustard seed. The wife said, okay, I even have one. I even have some in a pickle jar here. So the wife picked one mustard seed, gave to him. He put it in his pocket. He went out, and then before he came back to the house, he lost it. He picked another one again. Before he could come back to the house, he has lost it. He lost it for several times. Oh, Mr. Flint got disappointed. He said, what am I going to do? I can't just get faith. I need faith to come out of this financial difficulty. I need faith to come out of this financial problem. He was thinking. Mr. Flint was thinking, what is he going to do? He asked the wife again, this tiny mustard seed, can't we just put it inside something that will hold it? People will be looking at it inside glass ball. When they look at it, they will see the mustard seed, and maybe if I hold that kind of thing, it will not get lost. It won't get missing. I can put it in the office table, can wear it as earring, people can wear it as necklace. They went and asked somebody, this can it be fixed inside the glass ball? One man, they asked about it. The man said, I have never seen such a thing, because such a thing has never been done before. Well, most wonderful ideas have never been done before. Even when Alexander Graham Bell conceived the idea of producing the telephone, it has never been done before. So it just came as an energy, a thought. So most wonderful ideas have never been done before. But it's you that will take that thought seriously. Do you know that Mr. Flint worked for days, even weeks, trying to cut through a plastic ball that he will fix that mustard seed? In the end, he succeeded. He looked at it, it was so beautiful. He was viewing the mustard seed from the glass ball. It was sparkling. He used it to produce earring, necklace, bracelet, so many types of jewelries. He showed it to the wife. The wife said, wow, this is beautiful. Do you know what happened? They went and presented it to Norman Vincent Peale. Said, do you think this thing can be merchandised? Norman Vincent Peale, I'm not a merchant, I'm not a businessman. Maybe I'll ask some of my friends. He went and asked some of his friends who were merchants. When they took this to a departmental store, it became a sellout. People bought all of them. They produced another. They bought any departmental store, they placed that. People were rushing it. They now placed a tag on the product saying that this is mustard seed remembrance. When you are wearing this earring, when you are wearing this necklace or jewelry, know that is reminding you of the mystery of a mustard seed, what a tiny mustard seed can do, that it can change your life. So many people, they were buying the product. Everywhere there's the mustard seed, you want to buy. Mr. and Mrs. Morial explains they built a factory in Michigan producing mustard seed remembrance, and they became a big success. They now became an inspiration to so many people all over the world. You might be silent, quiet. That is when ideas can flow. When you are busy gossiping, talking, and you are not listening to yourself, ideas cannot flow. When you relax, the ideas will come. Give your thoughts a thought. Joyce Meyer said, think about what you are thinking about. Your thoughts can be too powerful. The next thing I'm going to talk about now that is going to regenerate your life as well is what I call branding. I want to talk about branding. Branding is very important if you want to build wealth. You want to make money? Branding is the way to go. If you want to be super successful, branding is the way to go. Branding is all about repackaging. When you talk about branding, you're talking about making it better. You make a product better. You repackage it. You rearrange it. You present it in a better way. Make it unique. Be exceptional. That's what we are talking about when we talk about branding. I remember years ago when we were in secondary school, there was this guy. He used to come to school from Monday to Friday. He dresses exceptional. Some of us, when we come to school Monday, Tuesday, before it's Friday, we will be looking tata, dirty because of a lot of games, this and that. But Adam will always appear smart, well dressed, iron his uniform, look smart. When they were giving award for best dressed students, they gave Adam best dressed students. He was separated. He was branded. When you are branded, you are unique. You are exceptional. There is something about you. There is something about your product. You give it a name. You make it better. You do it in a way that others are not doing it. Think about something like Mr. Biggs fast food, pepperoni, Rennie's fast food, Tantalizers. Ask yourself, what is the difference between all this big fast food and the ordinary mama put you see on the road? The difference is simply branding. Walk into any of these pepperoni or Mr. Biggs, all these big fast foods, before you even enter the hall, somebody is waiting to open door for you. You enter inside there, you feel refreshed. There is AC. You see nice seats, comfortable seats. Everything is well organized. The food is well packaged. You say, how much do you sell fried rice? It's 5,000 naira. It's 2,000 naira. Oh, no problem. You put hand inside your pocket and you pay. You don't care. You don't even price. That's branding. They are branded. They have a name. They have worked on it for years, and people come to recognize them as they are the people that have good products. That doesn't mean that some of these restaurants or mama put, they don't have quality. They have, but they are not branded. Branding is the way to creating wealth. You go to mama put, all these local mama put to go and eat. You say, madam, I want to eat something. How much they sell a plate? The plate is 150. Say, maybe 17 naira, and 17 naira is all. You start to speak slangs. I said, okay, no problem. I'll give you for 100 naira. And you sit down and you eat. You don't care. You want it cheap, you get it cheap. They are not branded. They are not gonna make money like Mr. Biggs pepperoni. People are not gonna flock inside there like a place that is branded. Go to a restaurant that is rebranded. You will see them, they appear neat. The people serving there, the ladies, when you enter there, they look smart, they look beautiful. They smile at you. They present the food in a better way. If the place is neat. There was a time I went into a restaurant to eat. The place was filled with flies. Everywhere they were mixed up. I simply ran away. I didn't go there again. And I will never go such a place again. So, branding is all about doing it better, repackaging, presenting your business, your product in a better way, in a way that makes it look unique. All these products you see that have names, there is something about them that makes people to buy them. There is something that makes people to want to identify with them, even though they are expensive. It's called branding. If you can do your things that same way, people will throw money at you. People will look for you and give you money. They will look for you and pay you for your product or for your services. All you have to do is start branding yourself, start branding your products, start branding your services. Do it differently. Calvin Klein, Gucci, Mary Kay. What's the difference between all these things and other products? They are branded. Some of the other products might even be more better than them, but because people have come to identify with those brands, they started with quality. Some of them, after some time, they fed in their quality, but with the name they always have, many people still want to relate with them because they are branded, and many of them still continue with the quality and the standards they always have when they started. That's what we call branding. Branding is the way to the top. You see a perfume, they said this one 1,000 naira, they said the other one 50,000 naira. What's the difference? Somebody want to buy. You go to a place where they are selling this one is 1,000. You want to buy that one of 50 naira. Is a brand name. It's owned by a brand. Why do you go for the one of 50,000? It's because of one simple word: branding. People want to identify with brands because they believe that brands go with quality. They are unique, they are exceptional, they are repackaged well, they are exceptional, they are good. There is something about them. People identify with them, and people always want to identify with brands, something that is branded. So branding is the way to the top. There was a time I actually wanted to travel abroad. It's a long time ago actually. I stayed in Lagos for some time, and I felt that the money I had was going down, so I just said, let me do something. I did some research about traveling, and then I packaged a 4-page travel guide because I had some idea and knowledge about traveling there because of some research I've made in the past. So I did some more research, and I brought forth a 4-page. I did posters in Lagos then, rebranded that and put it inside a transparent cellophane. I went to so many places and distributed it. I went to Ikeja, met some vendors. They loved it when they saw the print, the way I designed it, the way the color, the way the quality, everything. They said, wow, which company is producing this? I said, it's my company. They were selling it. People were looking at the posters, they were calling from different parts of Lagos. I went to supermarkets, I went to so many places. It was selling, and I was selling it for 200 naira only. So before I traveled, I made more than 200,000 that I added. Although it wasn't long after I started that product, then I traveled. I traveled, and then when I came back from abroad after many months, I packaged a product again, a kind of related product, but now I understood more about branding. I attended a seminar in Lagos where my life was changed. The organizer of the seminar was talking about the concept of online branding. I listened to it, I listened to what they were saying, and I was so interested in what they were saying, doing something like that. I now reason that I can turn that 4-page product into a 30-page product, rebrand it, make it more better, make it more colorful, re-edit it, present it in a better way, and make the price higher. Do you know that I repackaged that same product I was selling for 200 naira? I did more research, expanded on it, and then I started selling the product for 3,000 naira. I started selling it online, and the money was coming. What did I do? I simply branded the product. I simply rebranded it. It was branding at work. I repackaged the product. I presented it in a better way. I added quality, more quality into it. I added value into it. I added value for my clients. You know, I presented it in a better way. Naturally, the money flowed. That's it about branding. So whatever you are doing now, think of branding as the way to present yourself in a better way, as a way to the top. Think of branding as a way to grow. You might be thinking, I'm working, what do I need branding for? You can brand yourself where you're working. Simply dress well, dress smart, be unique, be exceptional, be different. The next promotion is coming to you. You'll be surprised that somebody who is a contractor in your company might take you to a better paid job because you are branded. You might be surprised the next promotion, you will be the one first to be considered. Be branded, be better in the way you represent yourself, in the way you carry yourself. So it's not all about products. You can be branded. Somebody like Alibaba, he repackaged the comedy industry in Nigeria. You remember those days that comedians were not recognized. They were making peanuts. When you see them, they will just some people even call them clowns. But over the years, ideas kept coming. Alibaba repackaged the comedy industry in Nigeria. He started doing a lot of things. He did it in a better way. He repackaged it. He presented it in a better way, in a unique way, in a way that nobody has ever done it before. People never thought about the way Alibaba was presenting comedy. They never knew that comedy could make people to become multi-millionaires today. Alibaba actually trained so many people today that you will see. People like Basket Mouth. They had no name before, but today comedy has taken them to a new level. Some of them are multi-millionaires. They are comedians, people that people refer to as ordinary people. But because they rebranded the comedy industry, people pay them high fee to come and make people to laugh. That's branding at work. Today, the comedy industry in Nigeria is booming, just as it's booming all over the world. The president of Ukraine, Zelensky, is a comedian. So these things were not rebranded before, but today branding has made a difference in some of these careers. There are some careers that people look down on. In fact, before, if you want to go and do theater arts, people will laughing at you and say, what are you going to do theater arts for? Well, where will you be working? Today, so many of these actors, they earn big paycheck just to come and show their face in a movie. Branding has brought out so many wonderful people in Nigeria. Look at the movie industry. Let's talk about the movie industry. Before Living in Bondage was produced, people were acting movies. People were watching television, looking at movies like Jaguar and all those movies. They never thought of branding it into a home video. One day, somebody came up with an idea of home video, presenting these movies in a better way, in a better package way. They repackaged the Nigerian movie industry, turned it into a home video that people could sit in their homes, watch and enjoy and laugh. And they turned the movie industry into something else. When Living in Bondage was produced, I had Kenneth Okonkwo some time ago saying that it took 3 years for them to package that movie. They were editing, putting finishing touches, and when it came out, it was bam. It was bam. Everybody was like, this movie is very interesting. How did they think about this? So many people now started emulating them. We want to produce our own movie. So many movies started coming out. It became a money spinner. The actors would make money, the makeup artists, the director of photography, directors, movie producers, so many people were to make money. The locations they were using, it brought riches beyond human understanding to the Nigerian movie industry. So many of them are very successful today, doing well in what they know best, simply because of what we call branding. If they never rebranded the Nigerian movie industry, it will still be nowhere today. Today, the Nollywood industry in Nigeria, the Nigerian movie is called Nollywood. It's also known as Nollywood. So, the recent statistics they brought out, they said is worth billions annually. The Nollywood industry. Just think of it. Something that was insignificant before, it was worth nothing before. Somebody came and brought branding into it, presented it better, repackaged it, added value to it, added value for people who are going to be viewing it. They made money. Other people made money. Other people were happy enjoying it. They were happy to pay for it and say, thank you, we enjoyed this movie, we enjoyed this comedy, we enjoyed this product. That's what branding can do for you. So, you have to be branded whatsoever you are involved in doing. Don't just do things anyhow. If you want to be among the 5% successful people in every society, among the top 5%, you have to add branding to whatsoever you are doing, whether it's services you are rendering to people, whether it's products you are selling, whether it's you are working, whether you are working and earning a salary. Add branding to whatever you are doing. Be branded. Let's bring it to the local listing now. If somebody, you go to a supermarket, go to ordinary small provision store, check out the way they handle things. Maybe the woman that is selling the provision store, you just come and buy something, she will just carry the thing and give it to you in your hand. Say, this nylon, we spend money, they buy. You just feel unhappy. You say, why is these people behaving like this? They are not treating somebody well. You just carry the thing in your hand and go. Some of them will not treat you the way you like. Even when you go to their small provision store, the way the place is, you will be hot. There is no AC there, there is no arrangement, they are not branded. However, go to the supermarkets where they have inculcated branding into the business and see the difference. You will see same product that you are going to buy in that small provision store for 2,000 naira. The supermarket will sell it 2,500 and you will still pay for it. And so many big boys, so many people will want to go there and buy that product from the supermarket because what? They are branded. They know how to repackage the product. They know how to present it. They add value to their customers. You see that some of these supermarkets every December, last December, they gave me, where I used to normally shop, they gave me some gifts, Christmas gift. How many provision shops do that? This is simply branding. You come, they are using POS to collect your money. If you don't want to pay cash, they collect money through POS. They do things in a branded way. You come, somebody is already waiting to welcome you. Somebody is watching you carry baskets and be following you everywhere you go. What do you need? What do you need? Who does that in a provision store? You see branding at work. You see those supermarkets they will be making millions from such business because of branding. That is what branding does. Branding is making something unique, being different. If you can put branding, a little branding into anything you're doing, try and make it better. Try and don't commonize your business. You might think you are just doing a local provision store, but no. I see some of these people, even some of these houses, some of them are even branded. When they sell something to you, they put it in a very nice nylon, they package it well for you. Local branding. And when you want to buy again, you want to go there because they treated you well when you bought. There's some people that don't understand that. They believe that when you buy that time, that's the money they need, is the money you're spending that time. They don't know that there's what we call recurring customers. That if they treat you well, if they are branded, you want to come there again. You want to patronize them again. So, be branded. Be branded. So, I want to encourage you to register in this platform. This platform is a platform for building success, building people. We want to use this platform to encourage people to really be successful. Do the things you are doing and be successful. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You can be working, you can be a businessman, you can be doing anything at all. You can build wealth from anything, from any little thing. There are so many things that people are neglecting, but those things are very important in their life. So with this platform, we are going to be dishing out so many successful videos, coaching people about success. There is so many that is coming, so much is coming, so much is coming. Just get ready. All you need to do is to be there for 6 months, 1 year. Your life is going to change. You listen to our topics for the next 6 months or 1 year. If people see you, they will not recognize you. You just need to follow it up. 1 month, you have 1 month access for free. When you get to the memberships platform, schoolofsuccessonline.com, you have access for free 1 month. You train. So many training videos on so many topics, so many subjects that will help you to become successful, that will help you to build wealth, that will help you to become a better person. So when you get there, you register for free. Then after your 1 month free access expires, you renew it with 1,500 naira. Once you renew it, you have access again. You keep renewing for every month. You can renew for every month. You can also pay for 1 year access. When you pay for 1 year access, you have unlimited access to every video. Whether we are doing webinars, whether on live streaming, you have access to these educative teachings that is going to transform your life. So you have complete access to it. When you get to the platform, you will see how you can subscribe for a yearly access or monthly access, whichever one tickles your fancy. Actually, we have a discount on the yearly subscription now. So if you subscribe for 1 year now, you have a good discount of complete 6,000 naira. But if you can not pay for 1 year, you can subscribe for 1 month. Just have every month you renew your subscription and you continue to view it. I assure you that your life is not going to be the same. I also want to use this opportunity to introduce a book I wrote some time ago. This one is a book I wrote on wealth creation. 34 reasons why you are not yet a millionaire and what to do to change that fast. This book is selling very well and it's encouraged so many people. You can also get this book. There's another one, Living a Fearless Life. I wrote this book as well. This book was published last year. Sells very well. It's even marketed by a company abroad, so that if you want to buy with credit card, once you get to the website, you will see how you can buy. You can also order from Nigeria, wherever you are. Just go to the platform. You will see a link that says books and products. Once you get to that link, you will see information on how to place an order for a copy. I encourage you to do everything you can to become successful, and I would like to see you at the top.